Saneh, welcome to the Women's Day edition of Lockdown Online with Nisha. And we're in the kitchen again. Once again, we're blessed. Yeah, it's Nisha these days.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Here's a
We went from X to
I realized that the X is like so, I don't know, X-ish, like everyone is X. So like, okay.
NT.
Man, no, everyone is X. Like everywhere I turn, there's an X everywhere. And I realized that maybe I got an X from the X's being there. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should change it. Yeah. So, thank you for the input. So now listen, Khuluse in the kitchen. Thobekile Mbanda in the kitchen. I'm just gonna converse with two beautiful women. And it's Women's Day. We're just gonna have a conversation. We've been conversing the whole day, by the way. And it's nice to have a conversation with women. I love having a conversation with women because I just get a little bit more understanding of who I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be every woman.
And every woman, it's all in me.
Time for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I chat at the Republic House in the kitchen. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Leave your instruments, leave your beautiful and handsome son. I still call him beautiful because I mean, come on, he's my son too.
Handsome.
Okay, let him be handsome now.
Yeah.
This is all.
Yep.
And thank you so much for being here. I'm here. I just want to talk about who we are, man. And I don't have much questions. I just want to converse about when you woke up this morning and you realized which it was Women's Day. Did it mean anything to you?
To be honest,
Tell me the honest truth. I don't want anything other than.
I think I didn't really feel anything.
Why?
I don't know. Like I think for the past few years, there hasn't been any weight behind this specific date. And when I say weight, I mean there's nothing significant that's happening. Like if you look at the state of affairs for a woman in this country at this stage and at this day and age, basically we're regressing. And I'm saying that because if you look at the stats when it comes to rape, abuse, it just keeps getting higher, and it seems like nobody is taking it seriously. And it doesn't matter how much we try as women to fight against it. It's almost as if we're not powerful, but our voice is not powerful enough in isolation. So seeing to it that it was Women's Day, I maybe expected a bit more out of this specific day because of the complaints that we have been given as women. Like we've been complaining about a lot about the fact that police is not available to protect us.
So what did you expect, Sane?
So I expected something to happen. I expected some type of conversation to happen around it. But we have to wake up in a day and celebrate being women, whereas we live in a country where we're not really appreciated for the thing that we are. And we're not only not appreciated, but we're not safe. So I just didn't feel like, I don't feel the point of even celebrating this day, especially this year.
Dr. Rolani is giving the platform. You wanted to talk? Here we are. We're going to talk. What did you feel this morning? Pass. That's your pass. Pass our team this morning.
I mean, it was quite early. I think I found it that way. It wasn't a matter of waking up today than any different day from any other day. Yeah? But when the consciousness of my reality caught up with today is 9th of August, and looking at people's posts on social media, the same sentiment.
Yeah.
So the first sentiment I saw was that of there's nothing for me to celebrate because of the abuse I've been experiencing as a woman. Whether I've experienced it personally or with fellow sisters, if you're a woman, you're in a messed up situation.
Yeah.
That was one aspect of it. Then the other aspect of it was women who say, don't call me Imbobot.
Yeah.
Even like this one gogo, like Mdala food,
Yeah.
Umama, Sangoma, and she had written something about angisiyona imbokodo but ngiyinsika.
Yeah.
Yabo. And so I was trying to figure out, okay, mina-ke, where do I stand? Yeah. And the observation yami ingibuyisele ekutheni, how am I doing right now at this moment in time as umuntu wesifazane?
Yeah.
And what am I able to do to bring about the change? Because I feel we're giving too many people power over decisions that should be of our own.
Yeah.
Who are those people?
So I mean, I even shared the post about Umlando, where Women's League ANC, right? Like the fact that the Women's League started way later from the original establishment of the ANC.
Yeah.
And the women that created it also had to fight for its existence. So sometimes I feel like if into what is the value of it? When you can, because now you know by sea.
Yeah.
So when it comes to our women issues, why must I plead and beg and like recognize me, see me, respect me, love me?
And that's exactly what's been happening.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's been happening these last 3 months. We've been asking for something to happen, like for these issues to finally be taken seriously. At what point, when will we get to a point where women issues are taken seriously? Because we'll go through a period where the girl who was raped at the post office, Iana, when she was raped, there was an uproar, and at the time, Winene.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not an excuse.
And it's
We're
not
just
an
saying.
excuse. It's just been a while.
Yeah.
But at that time there was an uproar, and it seemed as if there was some type of shift that was happening because the whole country was engaged in this issue. Literally a month later, nobody was talking about it because it didn't happen. And then this year there was a woman.
News moves that quickly.
Yeah, no, but I get that, but the fact that we still are having the same complaints year in, year out. Last year was something else. This year we had a woman who was hanged by the father of her child, and she was pregnant. And at that time there was another uproar.
Mind you, these are the cases that we see in the media.
Exactly.
Forget about what we're not seeing.
Exactly.
So wait, okay, let me before we go, I don't want us to go off on a tangent. This morning, both of you are alluding to the fact that you woke up and you're not taking this here so-called holiday Sunday vibe that is supposed to be celebrating women and what they did for the struggle and what they continue to do. You guys did not feel any of that vibe. You just felt empathy for a lot of shit that is going on, because like as you're speaking, you're talking like you're in their shoes, and exactly that's how every woman feels. Well, most women who are vocal about it feel about what's going on in this country. So I'm saying this morning you woke up on a semi-depressed type of tangent.
I wouldn't say
not
depressed.
What was the actual feeling?
It's the recognition of our struggles as women. But what I'm saying is that to grow is inevitable. If it's necessary, women, it's sure like we live in a hyper sensationalized society.
Yeah.
We're also living in an instant gratification society. If umuntu wako uyakushaya right now, wakushisa, it is not the first time.
Yeah.
It has happened before. I mean, the conversation would be, how do we empower women to recognize when they're hitting red flags? Because clearly Inkinga is recognizing these red flags.
How do you know a red flag is a red flag until you see it as a red flag?
Before ungishise, wakwangishaya ngembama.
But how do I know that your Mbama is gonna turn to Shisa Mbama?
Because the fact that ungishayile.
But like, what if I?
But that
look
for me, that's a concern.
Wait, okay, what's the replay? Buffett, okay, wait. We're going somewhere else. Okay, guys, wait. So wait, okay. This is not gonna like ninja. And I want to put in order to this, because we're gonna get there. Well, we got there. Let's try real quick. This morning you guys woke up. You didn't feel as great as you wanted to feel in this year.
No, stop saying
wait. No, wait.
I was feeling great when I woke up.
Yeah.
No,
You just felt indifferent.
no, wait. About it being Women's Day. This is what my
No,
question was.
it's different.
We didn't feel it wasn't about
anything.
Yeah,
There's nothing that you
mentioned.
mentioned. There's nothing that you mentioned here that made you feel like it's Women's Day. I'm a woman.
Yeah,
I'm saying
you.
but it's not even just that. I feel the same way about Valentine's Day.
I'm not saying
I
you
feel
were
the same
depressed
way about
Women's Day.
Heritage Day.
No.
But I feel the same way about Heritage Day. It's the same.
No, I'm particularly talking about Women's Day.
Yeah, fine, but-
Today, you felt it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not a different day.
No.
And this is now where I want to move off from. Okay?
Mm.
And, we're gonna get to the penny. Yo, we're gonna get to the penny. Let's not bend. Let it not bend. No, it's okay, Kita. Let it not bend now.
Mm.
What I'm trying to say is, okay, this is how you felt this morning, which is the beginning of where I'm.
Yeah.
And then
Nothing.
I want to go to forget about today being so-called Women's Day.
Yeah.
How do you feel in your personal capacity as a woman now?
How do I feel?
Yes, you
As a
and-
woman.
and in your personal capacity. It's not Women's Day.
As a woman
In
living in
life
South
today.
Africa, or
Yeah.
as a woman in general?
As
Because
a
there's-
woman.
There's just that's two separate things.
No, those
How
South
I feel as a
Africa.
woman
As a woman
versus-
in general.
Yeah, is
As
this
a
an
woman.
independent
South
question
Africa.
without any bullet? Like, it's not a loaded question.
There's no fucking guns loaded. I'm saying, how do you feel as a woman in general? In South Africa, it's not. That's another aspect, as in like saying.
This question is
Saying
loaded.
I'm talking about you as a woman holistically,
How do I feel as a woman holistically?
not because it's Women's Day now. I asked you how you woke up this morning.
Yeah.
You told me.
in relation to what I
Yes.
say.
Now I'm asking, how do you feel as a woman in your own capacity, not in Women's Day, not in living in South Africa as a woman?
Generally.
It's Women's Day.
How do I feel
I
as a
mean,
woman
about yourself.
about myself?
Where are you? How do you feel that whatever you face,
Mhm.
challenges,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel that you are working or trying to work around those circumstances so that you can continue?
Now,
To-
I think you're unpacking it a bit too much, because now you want us to further. You want us to tell you how we feel as a woman, and then you want us to tell you about the challenges
I want
and
it
how
all.
we feel about the
I
challenges.
want it all.
Can we just?
You can
Bring it in.
break it down. Okay.
Yeah.
First step, how do you feel about being a woman in 2020? Living, existing, or whatever you are doing, whether you're living or existing.
Can
How
somebody just get that?
yeah, just I'm going to share them. Like, how do you feel now?
How do I feel?
It's moving away
I think
from Women's Day.
how do I feel as a woman?
It's personal
I
now.
feel-
I want you
it
to
is
tell me
personal. I feel-
how you feel.
Okay, that's what I'm going
Yes,
to.
sir.
I feel feminine. I
It's
feel
the speaker.
empowered. I feel sure of who I am at this stage in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel capable of my abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I feel enlightened
Mm-hmm.
by everything that's happening around me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel beautiful. I feel what else? I feel all those things. I feel intelligent. I feel a lot of, and for me it's always very emotional. It's the emotion behind it all. It's not necessarily what is happening, but what's going on in my head.
That's why I want it personal. It's about
Yeah.
you. I love how you feel about yourself.
That's
I
only
feel that
commercial
way
break,
about you.
commercial break.
In commercial break
Commercial
is on
break.
title parts. So
You have to
wait,
edit
how
it
do you
out.
feel about yourself as a woman?
How do I feel about myself? I love myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm becoming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every day I'm unfolding to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I am who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say the same for my environment, because
Yeah.
sometimes as a woman I'm scared to take walks in my area.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
Talk about you, how you feel as a woman.
But
It's
Mina-
about you. Personal.
yeah, it's cool vibes, easy vibes, rock steady, for sure.
Rock steady.
Yeah, rock steady.
What's my pillow?
Yeah, I know it, Chama. Yes.
It's rock steady,
Yeah.
you know, like I go through my own things as a black woman, as a creative, as a umuntu who's occupying space. Like sometimes I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with myself, with my time. I'm a new member in the realization that I have enough freedom and I have enough time on my hands. Like guys. So I've been trying to work myself through Guti. Okay, I remember at some point praying to be free.
Yeah.
I remember at some point praying for some time. And now that I have time and now I have freedom, what do I do with it?
Yeah. But is this the type of freedom you prayed for?
In personal capacity?
Yeah.
But
the freedom
in a personal capacity, yeah, because my freedom that I prayed for was freedom to be able to define and determine my own destiny.
Yeah.
In my own terms.
And that's exactly what you're doing.
And that's what I've got.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand what it means to have time.
You have the freedom to determine your own destiny.
I do, right? Because when I look at my place, I don't think it's ever a complete thing. Financially, no.
I'm just saying generally, and
Maybe
this may not have anything to do with gender, but
this is black, by the way, Black Hitler.
Shut up.
the freedom.
Yo, we can never have this conversation without some testosterone up in this.
In general, so the freedom to determine your own destiny, in terms of where you want to be professionally or where you want to be personally, etc., etc. Do you feel that this scenario as it stands allows you that type of freedom? Honestly, when you look at it, and I'm not guiding your answer or anything. I'm just simply saying it.
Honestly,
you made that statement, and the first thing that I thought is, did you really consider that? Are you really free to determine your own destiny in its true
completely
in its true nature?
I think where I am right now, definitely.
That's a good space.
I live in a place of my own imagination. I have all the equipment I need to get the things that I want done.
Yeah.
What I didn't expect about freedom and time was, how do I create something to look forward to in my day-to-day? Sometimes I struggle with...
Is that a now thing or
it's a now thing?
It's a now thing.
It's a now thing because now
before you used to.
Yeah, because before I had a job, before I had gigs, before I had friends to go to, you know. So now it's like, I don't have anything to look forward to. Like, I know I need to make money for rent. I have all this equipment in the house. I have this beautiful place I've prayed for. But what do I have to look forward to? Because I don't have any gigs coming up. I don't have any recordings because I don't have finances to pay for the videos, you know. But freedom-wise,
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the cameraman. My name is
Usabelo. Jersey. Also, we've got 2 male contributors. They're just contributing to our conversation. Actually, I understand. This is Dr. Olamijo. I'm sitting here with Sane and Khuluse. I'm sitting here. Yeah, I know, baby girl. At the end of the show, I'll be asking you to say that. I'm sitting here with the Makela and Utame, and we're having a discussion, man. Like, we're really trying to go. What's the question?
So I have a question here. My question is, when I look around, in our country, I see a lot of women trying to express themselves, and in different ways. But I would like you guys to maybe address a certain narrative, because for me, from the side of Abantu Wesley's men, is some of us.
we hope people know about this.
Some of us.
Men.
Yes.
I like the way you put the
Yes. Some of us we understand. Emmanuel. So some of us is siyabuka ama hardships that our sisters are going through. Yabo. Siyabuka ukuthi even in society ama roles abantu besilisa nabantu besifazane are constantly changing. And you know some of the ways women are responding to the things that they are dealing with. You find with manje, we have movements like black feminism and whatnot. So my question to you is, as women,
I'm sorry.
Man, guys, my question is very serious. This is not a laughing matter.
No. The question.
Yes. So
We wouldn't have laughed if we weren't trying to hold it.
okay, so I will finalize my question here. So, because I like to look at the future, I like solutions.
Yeah.
So my question is, obviously as we are young black people, obviously, what do you think is the role of the women in reshaping our society? Yeah. What do you think, what is you think is the role of the women as a collective? If you have to answer the question, all three of you, I would like you to answer this question. Toria, yeah. All three of you, I'd like to answer this question. What do you think is the role of you guys as a collective, as women, in the kind of society that we would like, that we imagine? And what do you think is your role individually? So individually, it would obviously take into account, what is your participation in society.
Yeah, but for the question, yes. I'd like to declare as the host of this year's show, Lockdown Language, I penned this question, you see.
He's parting your shit.
So, yeah, man, you're parting my shit. But I would like to hand it over to my guests to please answer, and whoever wants to answer first.
You must answer also.
No, I think
I will answer.
You are included in
I'm
the
going to
question.
give them the courtesy to respond before.
Yes.
Can I just say that for me, there is no role of a woman. And the reason why I say that is that I found, Wuti, as women, what we're best at is filling gaps. Whatever is lacking, we basically try and fix. So we're almost like we're fixers. And I don't know if that's a good thing, because it could be that the way society is currently shaped or has evolved into has gotten us to a space where we feel like whatever there's a lack, like for example in a household where there is no male figure, as a woman you feel like you need to fill in those shoes. So you're not only playing your part as a woman, you're also playing the part of the man who is not present in the work environment, where we're made to feel less than, and that's not always the case, but where you're made to feel like you're not as powerful enough because of the fact that you're a woman. You tend up doing things to constantly prove yourself, which means you're going to overcompensate, but you're also going to do things that are outside of your character, just so that you can prove that you're capable. And that is why at the moment where we are as a society, I feel like there is no specific role for a woman. We're just filling gaps, and I'm not really sure if that's a good thing.
Michael, this guy's intense.
It's like that. This is not it's intense, and this is how intense it gets for I'm saying, like
meant to
for how women relate to the world, and that's why I'm grateful for your guys' insight, because sometimes I feel like I'm crazy. Even me, I feel like I'm crazy. But like you guys are bringing a perspective that I want on the set table, and you guys are gonna bring your questions, and it's gonna be balanced. And then I would like to hear when you guys really get onto like Ninja. If it's
comment.
5 years from now,
Mm.
get on that shit and tell us what you think, because like, yo, we'll still be searching you in 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
So the question is, what's the role of the woman
Yeah, in
In the
the
future.
society.
In the future.
Currently.
in the future?
Yeah, well, the society that we want, what do
Guys,
you
we
feel
are
is
the
the role of the
future.
women
I think it's just like
collectively,
now, okay.
and what is the role of you as the individual woman?
So we
In that
exercising our
society.
ability of imagination.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because we always have to make reference to self. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So as Uzulu Buddha, I believe in the current moment. Yeah, well,
Mm.
so our behaviors today can only determine when we're going in the future.
Yeah.
And we can't predict that, because being a woman, the only thing that makes us women is because we share similarities in body make.
Yeah. That's
And maybe some parts of the chemical reproduction of Umuntu regarding
Yeah.
our intensity with dealing with emotion.
Yes.
Yeah. But the future of the woman is what it was in the beginning.
true. Mm.
You know, we are nurturers, we are caregivers, we are protectors, we are providers, we are lovers, we are supporters, we are, you know. It's not gonna change,
Mm.
right? We can find all the kinds of definitions we wanna give the new term, but oksalayo, you're a lover,
Mm.
you're a provider, you're a nurturer, you're a supporter, you're a giver, you know? So,
But do you think we're moving towards that,
I mean,
like future, taking into account what's currently happening now? Are we transforming
right now we're just
to being more of ourselves, or we're actually transforming to being less of ourselves, or less of what you're saying we should become or should evolve into?
So Mina, I believe like everything will always constantly evolve to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm.
like everything in between is just an aesthetic.
Okay.
Yeah, well, like if we feel women are being rebellious now and stealing them. Okay, I don't want to use that example.
Yeah.
Who's really feels that?
That's why I said
I want
Emma,
everyone to
Emma.
put context to they and on this here table, motherfuckers can fucking eat dust, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, for real, bro.
So what I'm trying to say is that like nothing needs to get done, but everything gets done.
Yeah.
Wherever you are as a woman in your life, responding to your realities, your traumas, your inspirations and whatever, you will always turn out to be the woman you are meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the murdering, the raping, the disowning, you know, because abanye bethu asinazo ngisho neimbeleko from obaba bethu at this moment in time. Some of us don't even have surnames.
Yeah.
We don't know if we belong to our mothers or our fathers. Yeah, but so being
That's
a
humans in
being
general,
a being a being a
girls or women.
yeah, but saying to speaking in the context of women.
Mm.
So in that
I said
context,
in that context, that's the general.
yeah. So ziningi factors that play a role in how people feel their positioning is in society.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes your reality clouds you from the purpose of you being here. Yeah, and so that's why I find this question a bit tricky for me, because
It's very tricky.
irolium is determined by my purpose of being the Enclave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
society-wise,
my circumstances as well.
manje ngithi 4 children,
Yeah.
but don't know children. Abanye they're like,
That's
but then
your problem.
so sengisho kona ukuthi there's expectations that
Yeah.
people will have.
That's not your problem.
Yeah,
But what if it's also your expectation? Then what?
Then it's your problem.
yeah. No, for some people we are evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now people are they're at the okay, maybe it's different levels. There's people who are coming to understand who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's people who are understanding what the role of spirituality is in their lives. There's people who are only now connecting with their ancestors.
Yeah.
There's people who are now transcending to all kinds of fuckery in terms of how a human soul can be.
Yeah.
So Sabantu, we're constantly evolving. what umkhulu thought the role of a woman is not necessarily where we're going.
Yeah.
But it's becoming what the original
Whatever
role
it
was.
should be. Okay.
Okay, I have one more question.
Yo, I need to link. It's so deep, I forgot
Yes.
the question. Yeah, man, I'm cheating on Saneh, Khuluse, Thobekile, Mbanda. We're having a discussion, Swimmers Day. Swimmers evening now. Yeah, Swimmers Lives.
Elevate tomorrow.
Yeah, Swimmers Lives, man. I forget about holidays. Put there. But anyway, thank you for
days.
checking this shit out. And you can't have any more questions because we don't have time, fam. You know what I'm saying? I've got to
No,
move
my
on.
kid, you
And I haven't even answered when you declared would give us answer. Me, I've got too many answers for this. And in fact, the answer is just going to be one line.
Okay.
Women's role currently, right now, is take position, the lead, return of the Mac,
Yeah.
boom. That's what I'm saying. Khuluse. I want to get to it. And take all the space, man. All the hips. This is
So I'm Gaban,
breast,
in
this
terms
is
of this question.
no, it is no time, fam. He's asked one question and there's time. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to get no. If there's time, you can even tell us what to see in his car.
No, I'll ask the question after the interview.
Okay,
It's fine.
So now I've ascertained the booty who you guys believe yourselves to be. It's 45 minutes minimum. Okay. You guys who you believe yourselves to be, where you stand currently.
There's a thin line between believe and know, though. Belief for me is subjected to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in this present moment, Tesla, my lockdown sessions, I think I know who Thobekile is. I might not say the same tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's
But
what
it
we
means
say
everything is
believe.
subject to change as well.
You believe
but-
to be at this particular moment. What you are saying.
I don't know, I think because it's 76 Ngisi as well.
Singakhuluma
Like
ngayo.
amagama
But
are
first,
quite tricky.
singakhuluma nami ngangiyiphi language
Yilapho ngisho ukuthi-ke,
Yabo.
personally, I
Mina, I
find
use
belief
the-
and knowing quite tricky. So mhlawumbe if singayibeka ngenye indlela mhlawumbe ngiyezwa.
Yeah.
But I don't
reason I
know.
chose-
Subject to change.
The reason I chose belief is because it's subject to change as far as I understand it, which is what the point is, and which is why I use the word belief.
Okay.
So now, mina ngifuna ukuthi-ke manje sidlulele-ke manje kwenye i-element ukuthi manje okay sharp senazi okay I think sesikhulumile about those things. How do you relate to, I don't even know, okay, I know you personally, but for the purposes of this interview, I'm going to make like I don't know your sexual preferences, and then I'll say, how do you relate to your sexual orientation and whatever attracts you to what attracts you? If it's men, talk about that. If it's women, talk about women. So I want to understand, how do you, so now I've ascertained who you saying. Okay, so mina ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi wena manje mohlele espacini wena ususikhuluma ke manje ke ngeke sethiwa ubani wena ngayo yonke inhlobo oyiyona. Yezo sesikhuluma ukuthi umqondo uyazazi sikhulumile lapho umuntu wesifazane yabo sesikhuluma ngomzimba wakho yibona but ukuthi wena usithela lobani ekamereni
Ngikhalifalwa yini ne?
usithela kuphi akona ngizokubuza yona so ngoba ngeke ngi-assume mawususithela ususikhuluma ngezokusithela sabantu besifazane uyini ekwenza ukuthi ukhulumeke ngozo-understand ukuthi what do you understand about i-sexuality yakho yabo mase sifika kwezinto ey'njalo.
That's
How
the
do
tradition
you-
of poetry.
How do you relate?
It's not.
How do you
It's fucking
relate?
poetry.
No, wait. How do you relate? Osithela naye.
Sister Thobekile,
How do I
we're trying to acknowledge something which is so important. Let's tell that shit is poetry, ain't it?
That's how
Straight
it is.
poetry.
Because yabo back uyangithinta mase sangikhuluma ngolimi lami because lapho that's ngizodedela.
Yeah, because that influence short ngiyakula.
Yeah.
People are not understanding the difficulties we're having now to decode
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manje yabo angifuni uyibeke ngemba ngoba into yokuhlonishwa leyo
Yeah.
ngoba vele ukusithela wakho the reason usithela ngoba ayihlangene nami ayihlangene nombuki yabo manje
That's why I say it's poetry.
Yeah.
The shit is-
into engizama-ke manje isivuno sokubebeza ngingangibekisa ngembaba izinto ey'thile yabo but angifuni ukwazi ngokusithela wakho in that context ukuthi wenza anginandaba nalokho ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi how do you relate to noma ubuphi ubulili osithela nabo.
Okay.
If usithela nomuntu wesifazane usithela how do you relate yabo wena usithola uyiphi ingxenye yokuphila mawukuthi usukhuluma ngokusithela mawukuthi
I'll give you example ngawo.
mina ngizokunika example mina I'm heterosexual sengisho ukuthi-ke ngumuntu wesifazane osithela nomuntu ongewona ubulili ofana nami yabo yeah so angeke ngihlala ngibuza ukuthi ubulili osithela nami buphi ngibuza ukuthi wena umuntu wesifazane because ngine-sure urelate kanjani nomuntu osithela nami angisho ukuthi ngitshele ngekuthi nenzanye bese ngisithele ngithi urelate mina ngirelate
Yeah, New Zealand heterosexual, but then it's for me it's a two-part question.
no okay cool mina bro mina I relate well with abantu besilisa which is ubulili engisithela nabo
Yeah.
and it could be a friend, a brother, which I am one of, and it could be I relate well because in the intention you understand about mese kufika ke kwezokusithela lokho kokuchwepheshe
Yeah.
vele ngisithela lo muntu ubulili obungafani nami so ngine intention
I'm still.
It's an interesting
It's
question.
a
Like, I
very
don't know
interesting question because I feel like it's loaded.
what's the
so
intention
much.
of it.
Yeah, maybe
So
that's it.
you
as
guys
well.
are getting lost
Because
in my
basically it's
Isizulu.
like
Okay, you guys are getting lost in my Isizulu. You
No.
asked for it. My question was, how do you relate to the opposite sex? Pen.
In what way?
like how? Like
No,
black
whoa.
people like my people,
Yeah,
Sane was my
exactly.
people.
That's exactly how it is.
How do you relate to all men in my life?
as a woman?
Or the
now,
people that I'm
as a
interested
woman, how do you relate to abantu besilisa? You
But there's
guys
so many scenarios.
Okay.
There's work scenarios. There's bar
exactly.
scenarios.
So in those situations, how do you relate? You guys were speaking about how you are you guys
I'm
were
more
speaking
interested in two.
Wait.
What do you wanna know? Actually?
I want to know, Uguti, what
I
is
think maybe.
wait, can you
What
guys
do you
ask
want
me?
to know?
Yeah,
That's what
like,
she wants to
Tell
know.
me what you want to
But
know.
I feel like you said I'm speaking in Sizulu. I'm speaking it. I feel like
And
you're
I
not
still didn't
understanding
hear
me.
you.
So now I'm trying to understand what language do you want me to speak because
It's not the language, you're not Mike.
yeah.
What is the source of this question?
The
Maybe
question
we'll
is
meet you
we're
there.
talking about women. We are women, right?
Yeah. Wena ufuna ukujola nomuntu onjani? Ufuna abantu
Afuna
besifazane
ukujola
noma besilisa?
kwakho. That's what I'm saying. Ukuthi anginendawo with those particulars.
Do I get along with
I
men?
know for a fact because we're having a women's discussion and
Yeah.
we have discussed all what we've discussed already.
Yeah.
That's how you feel. We've spoken about rape. We've
Yeah.
spoken about how you feeling neglected, violated. We've spoken about government. So I'm asking you a question. How do you relate to umuntu? Hayi umuntu ojola naye.
So bad. So bad.
Ngikhuluma ngobulili.
Okay, maybe let me try and answer.
So this is what I'm asking. Do you want me
Yeah.
to speak this Zulu?
She's gonna answer. She's gonna answer.
Let me answer. so
Are you
that- so that
understanding
you
me
can-
first?
You can ask further questions if I'm not taking in the direction that you want us to go in,
Yeah.
because that's what we're
Because-
asking. Which direction do you want us to go
No,
in?
you go in the direction that you feel the question
Okay,
is asked.
let me answer so that you can lead
That's
us.
exactly what you answer. No, I don't need you guys in your answers. I mean, I'm asking a very vague and honest question based on
Fucking
one.
vague, Mike.
It's very vague. You know why? Because Nina, recollect everything we've spoken about.
Yeah.
I've asked where you stand, what you woke up feeling this way, and what you said. So I'm asking you a particular question. How do you relate to abantu besilisa? And angikhulumi ngomuntu wesilisa olala naye. Angikhulumi ngomuntu wesilisa that you have sex with. Ngikhuluma.
You're just talking about like abantu besilisa in general.
Because I know for a
that
fact ukuthi umuntu wesifazane. Mase ngithi mina ubulili angikhulumi ngobulili osithelayo.
Yeah,
Mina sekuyadideka. Because I'm asking because I was trying to clarify. Ukuthi angikhulumi
because when you
ngobusithelo.
answered, you went on the heterosexual.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Here, I kind of feel like, and this is just from listening, I kind of feel like there's two different questions here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like initially the first question was, what is your preference?
Yes.
What is your preference? And once you've established what your preference is,
How do you
relate to that
to your preference?
And then the second part of the question, or the second question.
No, I said
No,
not what your
wait,
preference
wait,
is.
Toby.
I said no,
Toby.
wait, no, guys.
Listen.
I said I'm not going to ask you what your preference is. No. Uthi, I feel like Uthi, guys, I didn't say Uthi, what I didn't say what anyone's preference is. It's
You
how do you relate to the opposite sex, regardless of who you go to sleep with? This is how I'm asking. I know that you are female. This is how women.
Okay.
This is why I'm now defending myself so bad because no one.
I think I'm understanding.
Like if you want to ask
Yes. Okay.
And I'm like,
Okay.
Elmo,
Hold on.
there's no way I would ask you who to say nobody. That kind of way. This is what I'm saying. Why are you hearing?
when
That's
you
why
were
I'm
given an
stressing my point.
opportunity
Hold on,
to
hold on.
answer, you went on the I'm heterosexual.
Yeah.
You know, that type tip.
No, hold
But
on.
then I said, that's not what I'm asking. That's not the
Guys,
question at hand.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Can I finish?
Okay.
I think
Let you finish.
now that you have given me a little bit of perspective,
No, but
I think you were
Listen.
misunderstood. Hold on. I think we did kind of misunderstand what she was saying. She was saying, regardless of that orientation.
I'm not double
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I just relate
How to
to
relate
males?
But we
Yes.
answered, I said fine.
Somewhere.
No, you
Somewhere.
didn't.
I did. We said we just
Somewhere.
You didn't.
Somewhere.
You didn't.
Asilalele ubhleka
Yeah,
aza
just
qeda.
one person per time.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying,
Yes.
my understanding is this: that I believe that we all misunderstood you.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying that there is the way that we relate with people, whether it's whether your preference is this or that. But the question is not
Come back to
necessarily.
play it back because I even said
Hold on.
I'm not even gonna go.
Okay.
to Ghana.
I'm
Somewhere. Let's listen to Black as a
No,
qeda.
I'm saying good
Yes,
to go.
but-
Okay, yes.
Okay, like, sometimes if you won't understand you, don't worry.
It's okay.
It's part of the
It's okay.
This is like
It's okay. It's okay.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
no. Like, Mina, I'm actually getting to where you were. Like, I'm getting to understand that I think, me personally, I can't speak for Tobe or Saneh, but I think I misunderstood you initially. But now what I'm understanding from what you're saying, Maj, is that you were saying there is that aspect of things, but the question is more, how do you relate to the opposite sex, taking away what your
Which I don't
orientation
care
That's what
about.
that's what we understood.
I was saying. But Black, why did you say
But we-
this poetry? What was the poetry part? Because you made a very, very
No, in
poetry
poetry is the word you
It's
use.
the
But
word.
now I need to say I'm perfecting this zone. This is what I'm saying.
No, I
Why
didn't
can't
say
go
that.
We
She said
heard you. I said that. I said
Wait,
that.
what is happening? I don't even understand.
And
what the
I
fuck
heard you.
So what I'm asking, why are people hearing and not hearing? Because I feel like,
No,
okay, if I speak
5 minutes.
lo befuna ngizokuzongiza.
Mina ngizwile manje.
Yes.
Into mina bengisho ukuthi are you sisabuza ukuthi are you asking in terms of
I would never ask you
heterosexuality?
that shit.
outside that because that's ngasho
Mina,
ukuthi
I
so
just
we
want
are
to
fine.
answer
No,
so that
I
I
would never ask
can
you that
I
shit.
can lead us out of arguing about
No, we're not
how we
arguing.
understood.
Okay,
what's your answer, Sane?
Lead
No,
us,
we
Sane,
lead
lead us.
us, lead us.
Lead us.
Please,
One
we are
more
on pause. Please, 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes. No, let your ex. No. This is the real shit. Like, this is how we actually converse. Like, we really have real misunderstandings. Like, we didn't, like, okay. So
How I would
Lead us.
answer your question based on how I understand is, for me, I grew up in a household that had a lot of males. So I have three brothers and my dad. So I grew up with a father and brothers. Two who were older and one who was younger. So the older brothers, in terms of how I relate to them and my father, it's more of a respectful nature. The younger brother, it's more of a protective nature. So when I think of how I relate to my brother, it's almost the same in terms of how I relate to my son. I'm a protector. I'm a mother hen. So my younger brother, that is. But when it comes to the older brothers, it was mostly me depending on them to
They're like the
protect
father
and
figures.
relying on them to protect me.
Sure.
So the relationship is different. I'm more relaxed with my dad and my older brothers because I relate with them in such a way that I expect them to protect me. With my younger brother and my son now, I'm realizing that I'm on top of things. I want to control things much more than I would have the older brother. And in a relationship, I think I'm generally also, I tend to take the nature of my perspective with my older brothers and my father, where I expect a man to protect me. And that is why when we started the conversation, I really wanted us to talk about how we as women feel unsafe because the very people who are supposed to protect us are not protect
And I'm
us,
not
they're
ignoring
violating
them.
us.
That's why I was saying, no, I didn't lose you guys. I really, and I just wanted to understand now how you now relate to, at that particular moment.
Well, and I show you, Sane, I was raised by
Let me take
my...
you to bed, and then 45 minutes is done. Guys, we've so done 45 minutes.
So, I was raised by my
we can just
grandfather.
cut. We can cut.
Maybe
let me finish. Let me put Tobe in. I cut it, and then we can wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Then we can just carry on for our leisure if we want to carry on. Tobe?
Like, I'm Umkhulu, ne? And Umkhulu was a provider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had Omalume as well, who fed into different schemes. Like Umkhulu, he's a guy I went to when I needed stuff for school. I needed transport. I need food. I need clothes,
Yeah.
Then my uncles played a role of intellectualism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That's
love, yeah, bo. And then I had one uncle who was like, but he passed away in life, yeah, bo. But I think I was raised with a free spirit.
Yeah.
I don't have qualms about male and female roles and responsibilities. Like Umkhulu started taking me to camps when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
I used to attend a camp at Ponga bush camp, where they leave you in the middle of somewhere, give you a compass and a plastic bag of food.
You find your way.
Then you have to find yourself to the main camp.
That's dope.
So sometimes I feel like I don't relate 100% to the struggles that people have concerning other people in their lives.
Yeah. Because you know how to survive.
Yeah.
Taught you survival instincts.
Like the other day, I saw a post on Facebook. They only look out for themselves. And I was just
what
like,
the fuck is everybody else supposed to do?
who's stopping you from looking out for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Now I must hate my brother, my uncle, my cousins, because they're looking out for themselves. All guys, all of you have responsibility to look after yourself.
Don't be the servant.
But guys,
I don't think you should be judging women who feel that way.
no, we're not.
But Peggy,
They're way bigger than that.
Because they
bigger than
also
that.
are coming from a certain stance. It
When
has to
I'm
come
addressing
from
my
something.
philosophy, don't be the staffer to anyone. If you're a male, don't be the staffer. If you're a staffer,
As a person, as a human.
so mhlawumbe singakhuluma nje, as much as today is Women's Day, in the African society, asinabo abantu yabo in terms of gender as exist yabo separate of each other.
No.
Always must conceptualize the reality.
Yeah.
So mhlawumbe my last question that I would like you to comment on is, what do you see the role of abantu besilisa nango-black ulana ikhona, you know, in terms of i-brotherhood, because asibona abandawonye la, yabo, sabantu besilisa abangabona bakini. How, yeah. So njengoba kade kuchazile uSane, this is what I expect my older brothers to do.
No,
yabo, this is
but I think I answered you already, so
besides iphathi mhlawumbe yama relationship asikubeka eceleni lo.
you know,
Nina,
I think I want to say
for me as umuntu wesilisa, I will express ukuthi it makes me feel uncomfortable that umuntu wesifazane walking on the street ebusuku masizophambana. Yabo, ungibona as a potential aggressor. Yabo, for us as men, I think that's something we need to sort out amongst ourselves. But Nina, what kind of role would you guys, what is the ideal that you would want with society?
Credo Mutwa did a nice depiction of how Mother Nature looks like and what Father Nature looks like. Mother Nature was this big woman on amatatu, and she was just like voluptuous and she was present, you know. And then Umkhwena Wake was a short man with a long stick. Because that's Father Nature. Because part of the role of masculinity, which does not actually fall under gender, but it's the state of being. Even nature survives on femininity and masculinity. But I cannot say Uti femininity is Thobekile just because she has breasts and a vagina, and I cannot say masculinity is because black is a man and he's got a penis. It doesn't work like that, guys. Not at all. So for you to ask us what is the role of men, only you and the consciousness of God by putting you on this earth, we are yazindi mayako. We've messed up things because and intellectualism, philosophy, and all these debates teach us. They teach us ukuthi yonke into fanele iphikiswe to the minimum, like to the most. But at the end of the day, akekho ngiyafunga ngihlale eGlenwood uze futhi unginike evidence. Akekho umuntu wesifazane who can tell a man how to be a man. There's no man in this earth who's going to tell a woman how to be a woman because you do not know. Even I as a woman sitting next to Thobeka, even our periods pains are not the fucking same, guys, for you to want us to define these roles. We can't. But the only way you can define your role is by being true to yourself so that your purpose can be more clear than abanye abantu abakutshela ukuthi kanjani emhlabeni.
I drink to that.
Straight up.
Oh God.
Guys, so this
Some Zulu Buddha was.
Zulu Buddha. Also, this is not I'm sitting here in the kitchen with Khuluse. I'm sitting with Zulu Buddha, Mbanda, and I'm sitting with Black Hitler. I'm sitting with Sane and Thobekile. And my friends, this conversation has run over time, which means it's part one, because maybe we shall continue. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think the essence.
Just having a cut, man. Just keep chatting. Keep having a conversation.
Man, my friend, ngoba sokhatha. Whoa. Ngoba sokhatha ibhetri yami iyangishaya. Yes, guys, my battery will die at any time. So as again, but we'll cut the other bits.
Well, if we need to have a part 2 and part 3 and part forever, we shall. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Qala phansi sibonge Thobeka because bengikhuluma
Hi. You heard that part. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. Better being on there. Taking.
Oh, this was edited. Yes, shutting down. It's Sunday.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. This is exactly what I wanted to.